Dang, that's a pretty one. That right there, that's Bimini Bahamas going away. We are sailing away right now because it was all aboard at 5:30 p.m. In this video, I am helping you with the things that I don't want you to get wrong. Oh, this is too short. When you're in Bimini Bahamas with Virgin Voyages, so that you can have the best time possible. And my first tip is exactly this. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. is the time. You must be at the pool party. I'll tell you why in a second, but if you're new here, yo, I'm Christine Lozada with Where in the World is CL, and I make travel videos every week. Tell me get up, get out, and go travel. So if you like to travel, consider subscribing. This is sailing number 8 for me, and there's a method to the madness of how I do Bimini, so let's sit down and let's talk about it. So 1 p.m. Why 1 p.m.? 1 p.m. is why are you so far away? There are 2 things that people get wrong. The first one is during the hotter months, people get to the beach club way too early. That by the time the real entertainment starts, they're too hot and too sunburnt and too done, and they leave before 1 p.m. And the other thing is a lot of people are there at 1 p.m. but aren't in the right place. They might be off enjoying the food or over by the beach area when you need to be at the pool, and there's 2 pools. Be at the side of the pool that's closest to where the DJ performs at. The DJ performs 12:30 to 3:30, but the real part where the entire happenings cast comes out is what they call in the app the float on party. And from 1 to 3 p.m., they will entertain you by bringing out floaties, dancing, and a whole lot more. The next thing that a lot of people get wrong is they think that there's a certain time of year that's the right time of year to be enjoying Bimini Bahamas and the beach club. But it really comes down to what you're looking for. And what I mean by that is there are some really cool excursions, or what Virgin Voyages calls shore things. For example, I brought my advanced scuba diving license because I was gonna go scuba diving with hammerhead sharks. I don't really want to do that in the February water temperature. Even though I'm going to wear a full wetsuit, it's kind of cold out there. And someone that I talked to today, he didn't want to go out snorkeling and swimming. Neither did I. I grabbed the biggest pool floaty that would allow me to not touch the pool water, because the beach water and the pool water are freezing. In my opinion, they're not actually freezing during these months, versus if you come during the summer, you might have a bit of humidity, or it might be really hot, but the water is so beautiful to be in, and it's so nice that on some occasions, all I do is stay in the beach and in the water because it's so nice. So it really comes down to what you're looking for, but do be aware that the water might not be as hot as you're looking for it to be, even though you are in the pajamas. This next thing people get wrong is they try to ride the banana. I ain't ever seen anyone ride that banana for more than 5 seconds. If you have, please tell me in the comments below, because I want to give them a prize. Helpful tip, there are lots of other floaties to choose from, so choose your adventure. I don't recommend the banana. The next thing people get wrong is they don't bring enough sunscreen. I was sharing my sunscreen with everybody because that Bahamas sun is intense. And if you forget sunscreen, it is very expensive on board. If you go to the 6th floor high street shops and buy some, just letting you know, but bring your sunscreen. And the next thing people get wrong is they think that there's nowhere to put their stuff. I was wrong about this in my first video, because that was from my first sailing. I didn't realize that there's lockers. There's lockers that you can use. I don't even worry about it, because the next thing that people get wrong is they think that they have to go early to get that pool chair. From 1 to 3 for the float on party, I want to be in the pool. I don't even need a chair. I don't even need a chair to put my stuff on. I just stick it on the side in the rocks, and I just leave it there. Is there really valuable stuff in that bag? Yeah, like a lot of cameras. But you know what? I'm not really worried about it. If you are, utilize the lockers. Know that's available to you, as well as restrooms, as well as changing rooms, etc. But if you are someone who is like me, wants to enjoy brunch at the wake up very late, have a minute to have a coffee, and then get on the shuttle 10 minutes before the pool party starts, the next thing people get wrong is they think, and this is actually a larger one beyond Bimini Bahamas, they think that the Virgin Voyages itinerary is set. that when they get on board and it says Sea Day Day 1, Bimini Bahamas Day 2, whatever it says, that can change. So let's talk about that. But first, if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing, and we are all a community. If you have helpful tips, please add it in the comments. I discover and find new things all the time. Even though this is my 8th sailing, I'm still learning new things every single time I get on board. And I have to send a quick thank you to JC. I never believed in travel agents. I have a $600 bar tab to use by myself and more sailor loot than I actually wasn't even gonna have to pay for that hammerhead scuba dive. Anyway, thank you. If you want to make sure, be a smart traveler. If you want to make sure you're getting the best deal, get a free quick price quote on your sailing, even if you've already booked it. Check out the info in the description and let's talk about why that sailing might not be set. Virgin Voyages does a lot to make sure that we have the best time possible. And at first I was annoyed that we aren't going to Bimini on the last day before we get back. We ended up going on the first day instead of being at sea today. I looked at the weather and I was like, oh my, there's a big storm coming in. Also, a helpful thing, I brought motion sickness patches that now that we've sailed away, I'm gonna go put those things on because it's gonna be rocky tonight. Helpful pack list, free, printable, in the description below. Make sure you use that. Oh look, here it is. I actually used it. Like this part is just like for cruising in general, but this is Virgin Voyages. Like anyway, I didn't use this on my last sailing and I forgot things. Wrong. But there's a really big storm coming in. So what Virgin did was they changed which days we are at which ports. And so that's great because we had a great experience in the Bahamas today, but we otherwise would have had tons of rain if we went any other day. Know that if you are booking your excursions through a third party, it's helpful to know that things like that might change. First time I've seen it, but it happens. You never know. I need a drink. Way better. Now I can work. Where was I? The next thing people get wrong, and actually this is a big deal because I'm a solo sailor. I'm sailing by myself on this voyage, which if you're sailing solo or considering it, I had hesitations about it. So I talked very honestly about my experience in another video, so check that out. But a lot of people think that they can't have alone time or quiet time at the beach club. They think it's just one wild party, and that's not necessarily the case. It wasn't until sailing number 6 that I enjoyed all of the hammocks. There's tons of hammocks. There's some cornhole. There's other places around the beach club for you to enjoy. And so make sure that you actually check out the blog post if you want the map and the lay of the land. I also have some sick drone shots that I'll probably put here and they're in my other video as well. But there are lots of areas where you can quietly enjoy the beautiful Bahamas. So don't get it wrong. Don't think that it's just gonna be some crazy loud party. It's not the case. It can be if you want to. That 1 to 3 time frame is key. I was going to talk about food next, but I'm getting kind of hangry, so let's wait on that. The next thing people get wrong, actually I got this wrong. I made sure that I had the travel pass day for the Bahamas so I could be on my phone. I'm working, I'm creating content. So I could work while I was at the beach club. No, the Wi-Fi from the ship works over there. Immediately just you reconnect. So you don't get it wrong. You don't have to get a special plan with your phone. You can just connect to the Wi-Fi. That's still free and available to you at the beach club. 2 quick logistical things. Don't get this wrong. I feel so many people are lost on the 7th floor trying to figure out how to get out and to disembark for the port. It's on the 4th floor. And so yes, 7 is where you come in when you're coming on board, when you first embark on Virgin Voyages. But when you're getting off the ship, whether at Bimini or other times, it's on the 4th floor, so don't get lost. And the next helpful thing, not to get wrong, is that you don't need to bring a towel. Yes, they will stand outside and hand towels out, which if you're doing other things than the beach club, which we'll talk about in a minute, you don't need to grab one of those towels. They have plenty of towels at the beach club, so don't worry about that. Not that it's a long ride anyway. Oh, here's another thing people get wrong. They think that they can walk to the beach club. You can't walk. That's not true. You can do anything. I believe in you. It will take a minute, but the ride, it's not that long, but you can't easily just walk to the beach club. Let's talk about the food, which by the way, don't forget to press this button. Don't get this wrong. A lot of people don't realize that food is being served. And I don't want you to miss out on this because those crispy cassava fries with that sauce, it's like one of my favorite things to eat. Here's my food strategy. I love to go after the float-on pool party to the food area. If you're a rock star, you have a separate rock star area and they'll come around and take your order. But otherwise, if you're a red band like everyone else, then you are gonna go get your own food, and it's all small plates. My favorite items, the crispy cassava with that delicious sauce, that's my numero uno. Get the pumpkin curry and make sure you also get the red beans and rice, or the beans and rice. Mix them all together. Oh, and the jerk chicken, that's new on the menu. They always change over the menu every now and again, so look out for new items. But those are my 4 favorite items. And one thing a lot of people get wrong is they miss out on the entire food experience. They didn't realize it was there. Oops. Oh, another one that people get wrong is that they don't realize that there's beach games. And so the Happenings cast, your cruise directors, will put on beach games, which is exactly as it sounds. Childish games with a lot of drunkenness and alcohol involved makes for really fun things. So everything from building sandcastles to competitive relay races, it's really fun. I encourage you to participate in them, and if you win, in part because you've made a very inappropriate sandcastle, I'll let you use your imagination, then you get free drinks, and that's fantastic. Here's one that I thought was interesting that someone got wrong that I was talking to at the pool today. He was like, I wonder what this place is like when you're just on Bimini, not on the ship. And I'm like, well, 2 things. One, you can't come here. This is a private beach club. So if you're not sailing with Virgin, you can't go to the beach club if you're just on Bimini Island fishing or scuba diving or all the other amazing things to do on this island. And the other thing is that it's not open. If this boat is not at port, then that beach club is not open. And so that's helpful to know if you think that you can just drop into the club on your own. It doesn't really work that way. This next thing people get wrong, and I want to share this because I want you to know you have options, because the beach club, it's not for everyone. When I got to meet Shorty and his crew, they also, thank you for watching my channel, which, by the way, a quick shout out to everyone who's been saying hello. I've now been on board for 24 hours and I've met more than 24 of you who've been thanking me for my content, so it means a lot. I'm on this ship all the time. Tell me in the comments when you are on the ship so that if we're on the same, I want to say hi to you too. Let's take a selfie. Anyway, thank you to everyone who said hello. But for Shorty and his group, he didn't want to go to the beach club. That just really wasn't their vibe, and there are other things to do. The primary things that other people do, we talked about scuba diving, that's one of the shore excursions. A lot of people like to rent the golf carts, and on the free shuttle, going to the area where you can grab a golf cart is one of the options. Also over there, you can rent boats or go on boat excursions. There's also kayaking that's over there at Kayak Beach. The next thing is Fisherman's Village. I'm not one to I don't really like to own things, but a lot of people love to go buy trinkets, local items. So checking out Fisherman's Village is another one where you can go hang out, or going to the casino as part of Resorts World. There is a casino, and I think they have a bar in there as well. That's another stop off of the shuttle. So if that's up your alley, those are other items that are available to you. The Bahamas are beautiful, and make it your own, whatever that means. But if you don't go to the beach club, at least consider stopping by really quick to get those cassava fries. Don't forget, cheers, do this, and also add your comments below with your helpful tips, or tell me when you're sailing. But the next one is, a lot of people don't watch the sail away. And so usually people come back and they're sunburnt and taking showers and exhausted, and they miss the sail away. I have 2 favorite places to watch or 3 to watch the sail away from. The 15th deck, behind the galley, there's a beautiful U-shaped couch. Second one, you can also do a similar view of that from the dock. There's lots of day beds down there, beautiful wooden chairs to sit at and enjoy that view. And the last one is from the comfort of your own balcony. That was what I did tonight with a few live streams. So join us in the Facebook groups. You just want to ask questions? We are here for you. So join us over there. If you found value in this, cheers that like button, add your helpful tip. There's a blog post that goes with this and over 50 other videos. I hope to see you on board. It would be so fun. We could clean glasses together like that. It'd be like that together. I know I'm hungry because half a glass just made me too buzzed. All right, I'm gonna edit this. Ciao. And this last thing that people get wrong, I don't know how the heck they get this wrong. There are literally signs everywhere that's like, don't bring seashells back from Bimini. And there's always that guy who's going through the security back on the boat. His bag goes through the conveyor belt, and it's like, seashell, seashell, seashell. And he's like, take that away from me. And I'm like, there's like 50 signs that say, don't bring the seashells. I'm done ranting.